What up, people? Pussy While Black here, and I have heard the clarion call that was sent to me at around 5 o'clock today in the afternoon from the Rant Sports and Fitness himself, Mignon Garrett,
Hey, what's up, guys? What's going on?
about the Cowboy game and the aftermath of said game. So when the clarion call has been heard, it has been answered. So today we will speak on that awesome game that was the Cowboys' loss to the Packers. Brother Garrett, you said you had things to say. You have the floor, sir.
Wow. Where do I start? You know what? I want to start with this. Let's start with the first half of the game.
Here we go.
Okay? Somewhere between... No, let's start off at lunchtime of that day. At lunchtime of that day, prior to the game, leading up to the game, something went wrong in their atmosphere. I don't know what it was, but something, I guess, just clicked and said, well, we're here. We don't really have to show up. We can just be there. Okay, well, here's my thing. First half, last few games of the season, we were able to, well, actually, no. From the middle of the season, leading up to that point, we could tell that the Cowboys were a second half ball club.
Right.
Meaning like everything seemed like it played out in the third and fourth quarter. Dallas wanted to produce, put points on the board, get yards, do what they had to do. This game here, my whole thought process is you cannot come out when the tournament begins. You cannot play the way you played at the beginning of the season, in the middle of the season, towards the end of the season. You have to show up for both halves. It's the bottom line. And Dallas, they beat themselves. They did. There's no way on paper and from visually watching them, you can tell me that Green Bay had more talent. There's no way you can tell me that. Because, for the simple fact, Dallas has too many weapons to not be tough.
Agreed.
Enough to be tough enough not to lose to Green Bay.
Agreed.
They lost to them. But my thing is, the terms that they lost to them on was their fault. Like, they beat themselves. It was a collective effort. Do I want to blame the coaches? No, I don't want to blame all the coaches because the simple fact is the plays that you were given, you couldn't even follow through.
Right.
Those plays were basic. We've seen Dallas do those plays before. They couldn't even activate that. So if I'm a coach, I'm not going to give you if you can't activate a simple 15-yard out, if you can't activate a 15-yard out, if you can't get the running game going the way that it normally does, I'm not going to give you anything any harder to do because you're going to mess it up. I'm sorry, you're going to mess it up. It's going to lead to fumbles. It's going to lead to all of that. So, as a coach, you have to evaluate, I got rookies in the game. I understand that. But they have not played like rookies the entire season, okay? My thing is...
I mean, both of them dudes are going to be in the Pro Bowl. Like, at some point...
Yeah. They're going to be in the Pro Bowl.
Like, you can't say they're rookies. No, they're Pro Bowlers.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. They're not rookies.
Right.
They are Pro Bowlers. And see, my thing is, as a Pro Bowler, you can't play like that. You know, there's no reason. And one other thing is about the offense that got me was the penalties, man. The penalties killed you. You lost 36 yards on one series, they lost 36 yards in penalties.
Yeah.
Off one penalty, you lost 36 yards.
Yeah.
That's not the coach's fault. Everybody's blaming these coaches. I'm blaming the players. These coaches, man, the players are the ones who need to activate what they're told.
Well, that one penalty that no one understood what that rule is, the 15-yard penalty, I was like, wait a minute, what rule was that?
It was they counted it as an unsportsmanlike conduct. It was something like that because he wasn't active with his team. I'm like, wait, where did that come from? Like, how in the world? And that's another thing too. They allowed the referees in their heads, dude.
Right.
And that's what I truly believe. They allowed the referees to interfere with their gameplay, and you can't do that, man. Even though, because when the tournament starts, the referees are just itching to call something, dude. Mm-hmm. They're itching, and those kind of penalties change the momentum of the game. You know that, and see, and one of the other things is you cannot allow a seasoned Super Bowl quarterback to stay on the field that long. You can't.
They were like, okay. Because me and Anthony had we were, because he wanted to do one, and then it ended up, we ended up getting into a kind of a little bit of an argument because I was like, he was saying they need a better pass rush, and I was saying their pass rush wasn't the problem. It was the fact that it was the fact that they dinked and doinked, the Cowboys to death, and they like their safety and linebacker and all the other facets of their defense was bad. And like I noticed also, and we didn't really get into this, but I noticed also that they held the ball a lot. They worked the clock a lot. I noticed a lot of like barely getting calls off, barely getting.
That's the defense.
You know what I'm saying?
The defense allowed them to stay on the field too long. And the reason I talk about the pass rush is you cannot allow Aaron Rodgers to get outside the pocket.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? You can't. That's the pass rush. You can't allow him to do that. Dude, he was scrambling.
Yeah.
He was moving around.
Green Bay's offensive line was better, though.
Yeah, they showed up. They showed up. And that's the whole thing about it, too. That irritated me about Dallas's defense, too, is because Dallas defense didn't give their offense an opportunity at all, man. Mm-hmm. I mean, they didn't. I mean, they really didn't give out. I mean, it was like 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out. 3 and out, every time. I'm like, for our offense was 3 and out, 3 and out. And it frustrated me to watch that, man. And on defense, I mean, we're watching Aaron Rodgers just throw 10 yards, 5 yards, 8 yards, 20 yards, 40 yards downfield.
For a while, they didn't test the corners. They waited a little bit till they got comfortable and he got in the rhythm to test it. I'm like, and I said it because we were at Twin Peaks, and I said it like in a Facebook Live video. You're going to have to beat Aaron Rodgers because because the pass rush that they do have isn't working, and they're picking you apart in the middle.
Yes. And see, this is another thing that frustrated me. Where was McFadden? Where was Alfred Morris? Where were these guys? I needed to see them on the field too, because they were big pieces of the puzzle.
Right.
From the middle of the season all the way to the end.
And
battered and bruised defenses.
I'm trying to understand. This was debated because people were like, "Well, Zeke had a good game," and it's like, no, he didn't. Like they're waiting for that. They were waiting for that home run ball, and he kind of had a little bit of a home run ball, but they kept him out the end zone. What got that team winning basically, or what got that team back was Dez and Dax on and play calling. They stopped Zeke because the thing with Ezekiel Elliott is there's all like they put, you notice what Capers did? They put 5 DBs in the box to try to catch him. And sometimes he was able to break through, but for the most part, he couldn't go up the middle. And they have been trying to the first 2 games of the season, what did we say? Ezekiel Elliott works better on the edges, outside. When he finally did get some runs in, he had like one 30-yard run or so up the middle where he was able to break free. But most of his best runs were on the edges during getting corner plays. Why are you not doing that?
My whole thing was why aren't you sending your ground and pound running backs in there to run the defense down? Because that's what Dallas does. They will run you in the ground with that 3-headed monster they have. They will if they had stuck to the game plan and did that, Ezekiel Elliott would have walked out probably with 100 and maybe 200 yards, man. Because defenses cannot take that. Towards the end of the game, Green Bay's defense was tired.
Yeah.
They were tired. That's how Dallas came back. They were tired. They were beat up. They were tired. I can't condone the way they played, man. When you play like that, you don't deserve to be Super Bowl champions, man. You really don't. I mean, there's just so many factors into that game. I told my wife, I told Tiffany, I was like, hey, after those first 2 penalties that happened at the beginning of the game, I said something is not right. I said something is not right with this game already. I knew it already from the jump. I was like, they're not coming out here on fire like they need to. Mm-hmm. When the tournament begins, you have to play at a high level. No matter who you're playing. I don't care. I don't even care if Cleveland made it to the playoffs.
Wow.
and it was and they had a horrible season. If they put Cleveland in the playoffs, you try to beat Cleveland 203 to nothing.
No.
That's what you're trying to do. That's what you should have tried to do with Green Bay. You should have went in that game saying, well, we finna blow these dudes out. And we gonna act on it.
So you're saying they didn't try hard enough?
No, they didn't try hard enough, man.
Wow.
I don't feel like the effort was there. No, I mean, for some of the players, obviously you could tell they were trying. Like Dez showed up.
Yeah, and they actually moved theirs around.
Yes.
They're starting to move theirs around.
Up.
Right.
Jason Witten showed up. He did. Bryce Butler showed up.
Right.
Cole Beasley showed up.
Oh, Cole Beasley.
Your whole receiving corps
showed up. Right.
But for some reason, we couldn't get the ball to nobody. We overthrowing. You know what I'm saying? Bryce Butler wide open, man. Wide open down the field. Overshoot. We overthrown. We overthrown. And it's just like, dudes, you cannot play like that and expect to win. You can't be a second half ball club and expect to win a game. You can't. It can work for you, obviously. It can work for you in the regular season. That's fine. It can work. But it ain't that's not the way you want to enter the playoffs.
But the way they built their the way they want to run that team is you want to get two touchdowns ahead, and then you want to ground and pound the rest of the game. And it's just like, okay, Aaron Rodgers was like, we gonna throw the ball down the field. Can you match me? And I told you, I'm like, bro, you're going to have to beat him. And what I mean is, you're not going to play safe dealing with Aaron Rodgers. He's going to throw the ball down the field. He's going to play reckless. You're going to have to beat to challenge that. You can't play conservative with a dude like that. They wouldn't be able to play if they made it to the Super Bowl. Brady would have, if that was the game plan, Brady would have got what? How many Super Bowls he has now? 4?
Yeah, it'd been number 5.
We've been number 5 because Brady's not a gunslinger, but that system will allow you to do that. Aaron Rodgers is a gunslinger. You're not gonna play safe with him. You can't. You have to. And I wasn't saying put Romo in, because if you put Romo in, then Romo's gonna get hurt, or Romo's gonna throw a couple picks. And that pick that Dak threw, everybody was like, "What are you throwing at?"
Right.
What are you throwing at? You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, you're going to have to beat him, and he knows how to cut. Dude, if you watch the Green Bay Packers, they did exactly what their offense is exactly the best way to beat the Cowboys. You can test down the field if you want to, because their corners are sometimes good and sometimes not. The corners are inconsistent. The true weakness is if you can beat their pass rush. The true weakness is in the middle and like short range passes, and that's exactly what Aaron Rodgers did. He softened up the defense by going, dink and doink, and then he stretched the ball down the field. And oh, by the way, you had a running back basically the size of a receiver, running periodically. So, what are you going to do to counter that? Because Aaron Rodgers is playing reckless that whole game. He's playing reckless. He's throwing off his back foot. He's running. He's scrambling. It's sandlot football. Okay, now Dak Prescott can't do sandlot football. We've seen it. You know what I'm saying? He's done his baby Cam Newton impression a couple times this season. Okay? So you have a quarterback that not necessarily can match him, but has a skill set to where, okay, if I need to break a play down, if the play breaks down and I need to improvise, I can improvise and not really get hurt doing it. Because Romo can do that too, but then he ends up getting hurt.
Right.
So you got to be able to beat Aaron Rodgers. You can't just be like, well, we're gonna get 2 touchdowns ahead, and then we're gonna run the ball, and you know what I'm saying, like we're gonna play like this is like 94, and it's like, nah, you don't have to beat me today. Aaron Rodgers is like, nah, you don't have to beat me today, and that's what happened. And they almost pulled it off. Once the Cowboys realized that you have to throw the ball down the field on this team in order to win. Once they opened up the playbook a little bit, the game was competitive. But when you're trying to, establish the run 2 touchdowns down, 3 touchdowns down, I'm sorry, man. You're going to have to change the way you think about this.
You have to. You don't have a choice. There's no other choice in the matter.
So, before we get to the other games of the weekend, what now?
With the Cowboys? Regroup. I mean, I'm happy for the way their season went because of just the fact that we were able to find the ingredients that we needed as far as weapons that we really, really needed. I'm glad, and really just get ready for next year, man. I think next year will be, it'll be maybe a little better. Maybe we'll get past the first round. But I'm not going to, remember I kept telling you at the beginning, I was like, I can't see it. I can't see them going like that. I couldn't predict anything because I just didn't know. Like it just was. That's too much. You know what I'm saying? That's way too much of a dream. And I'm not saying it couldn't happen, but that was just too much. Because if you compare it back to Big Ben, when he was a rookie and he went 15-1, lost in the first round, came back the next year and won the Super Bowl.
Right.
I'm kind of keeping that in my head for the Cowboys for next year. We'll see what we can do. I think we'll be more explosive once we correct our defense and figure out what the heck they need to do offensively to stay on top of things and just stick with what works. You know, but I think it's going to be a lot better. Come off season, they get to evaluate what they have, get rid of what we don't need. You know, Mo Claiborne. Then
he's gonna go to Minnesota and they're gonna have a renaissance.
You know what though, man? Why would you? And this is another thing to me. Yeah. Why would you play Mo Claiborne?
Because he's a draft pick, though.
He missed 8 games, dude.
I know.
He missed 8 games of the regular season.
I know.
There's no reason to put him in the game. I wouldn't have played him. I'd have just been like, look, man, you were out 8 games. We've proven we can win without you. So you have to sit down, man.
Wow.
And I'm serious because to me there's no point. Why would you let him shake the dust off in the first playoff game?
Wow.
You see what I'm saying? Why would you let him shake the dust off? I wouldn't have let him shake the dust off in the playoff game.
And Aaron Rodgers didn't even throw the ball down the field at first. But then when he did, he went right to Mo's side.
Yes. Mo getting beat on hitch routes. He's getting beat on corner routes. I'm like fades, and I'm like, dude, man, Todd, no, man, just go sit down, Mo. I was serious, man. At first, when we went down, this is the whole thing about it, though. This is why I say the Cowboys didn't deserve to win that game. For one, you should have never been down 21-3.
I agree.
You never should have been down 21-3.
I agree.
You never should have had to come back like that. If you really wanted to win that game, you never should have had to make a comeback like that.
Right.
You shouldn't have had to do that. And even if you did, and you won that game, I would say, yeah.
You need to work on you need to work on some stuff.
Yeah. I would straight tell him, you're not going to do that with Atlanta. That's not going to happen. You'll get shot out playing Atlanta. And that's what I kicked for Green Bay, too. Green Bay's on top of the world right now, and I'm not saying that because we lost to them. But Green Bay is not beating Atlanta. They're not.
But you said that about the Cowboys, though.
Yeah, I know. But you think about it, though. Green Bay, you think Green Bay can beat Atlanta?
I think, bro, on paper, Green Bay shouldn't have beat the Cowboys.
Shouldn't have beat them. There's no way.
On paper, bro. On paper, okay. The running back is better. The receiving core is better. Hmm? The offensive line is not. The offensive line is equal. The defense is not. The defense, the Packers are better, but they're not healthy. You know what I'm saying? Their linebackers are on the beginning of the end of their primes. On paper, you shouldn't be able to the defense is not. The Cowboys ranked 23rd in total defense, but total defense is defensive line, pass rush, cornerbacks, safeties, linebackers, right? But you got to remember too, the Cowboys weren't healthy. This has been the healthiest they've been, and the Cowboys weren't healthy at all. This has been the healthiest they've been, and that defense is young. So, and the pass rush is okay. Like, I'm not saying they're world beating, but the idea that they're like, like I was saying, me and Ant got into a spirited It was almost an argument because I'm like, dude, the pass rush wasn't their problem. It looked like it's day because the line that the Packers had was better, but Aaron Rodgers was throwing up and down the field, and I knew that was going to happen. I knew if you stopped, I knew if you
running the ball too though.
Running the ball too. But where were they running the ball at? Right up the middle. Slowly,
there's another thing though. The way you beat Aaron Rodgers is that he has to be on his toes, dude. He can't just sit back there, man. That's where the pass rush comes in, because he'll kill you.
Mm-hmm.
You have to have it, man.
I agree, but the problem was the line was better. You have an above average pass rush. If it's not world beating, no. But the best pass rushers in the league, is the Broncos. They ain't in the playoffs.
Nope.
Because they can't score. The second best pass rush in the league, they lost by 2 points the other day after the Cowboy game. The Bears have a better pass rush than the Cowboys do. They're 3-12, or they're 3-13. One of the reasons defensively the Bears are so bad because they have a better pass rush than the Cowboys do. But you can throw on them all day. So you can have a pass rush if you got a good offensive line that can block your pass rush and you don't have anything else, you're going to get dog walks, which was my point to people, which was my point to Ant when we and him were having this conversation. Because a pass rush can be beaten. You can move linemen around. You can add another. You can do double coverage. You can do double coverage on an end, on an athletic end. A pass rush can be neutralized.
It's more of a package deal though.
Right.
Because with your secondary has to be able to cover, but you have to have a pass rush on a Super Bowl quarterback, man. Any quarterback. You can't allow a quarterback to sit back there like Aaron Rodgers did and just do service.
No.
You can't.
No.
You can't.
No. But also, when all you have is because, dude, I watched it. I watched it with the Cowboys and I watched it with the Bears. Because I know this seems to be every other time we do this, I have to bring a Bears point in. But I was just, I was just trying to prove a point.
Excuses.
Because I wasn't trying to. No, check this out. Because I was actually looking at the stats for sacks, and I couldn't find the stats for hurries. But when they look at the 32 teams in the league, Dallas is 12th when it comes to sacks. Okay? So, and usually if you're decent in sacks, you're a little better in hurries because all a hurry is you letting the quarterback run. The quarterback has to run around and rush his throw. Okay? So they're 12 in sacks. They're 12th in sacks. They're 6th in tackles. And I don't know the stats when it comes to hurries. But they're probably top 10 in hurries. But the Bears are a notch above the Cowboys as far as pass rush goes. With McGee and with Floyd, right? But if you stop Leonard Floyd and McGee is hurt, right? Pernell McPhee was hurt, you know what I'm saying? And Floyd, for as talented as he was, he's still learning the position and he can get stopped. The Cowboys just have above average, pass rushes. But they can get to the quarterback. Okay? So, if you stop them, if you run into a team like the Packers, like Atlanta, if they did make it to the Super Bowl, they get manhandled by the Patriots. The rest of your defense has to figure it out. Okay? especially when Aaron Rodgers was not throwing down the field that much. He knew exactly how to beat you. The Bears, because they got linebacker help, but the Bears, you beat them throwing down the field. That's how you beat them. You stop their pass rush, you beat them going down the field. But the Cowboys, you don't have to do that because Claiborne, even though you don't like Claiborne and he's not awesome, he does have enough talent to make a play. Oh, by the way, the Cowboys don't take the ball away. They don't have
enough takeaways.
They don't take the ball away. They don't take the ball away, and they don't challenge for interceptions. They don't challenge for fumbles. They don't
Which falls back in the line of our corners, safeties, and linebackers.
So you got three segments of the defense that can't do nothing. You know, and you're just like, okay, like I'm gonna try to run the ball up the middle. They were like, no, you're not running the ball up the middle. Then they tried to run up the ball in the middle like a few more times. It was like, no. Then Jason Garrett was like, oh, let's run corner plays and let's have him run east to west, right? Then he started seeing success. Well, if you look back at what Ezekiel Elliott was best at when he first came into the league, he was best at going side to side.
Yeah, but then yet the line started blocking better for him. And then he was able to get inside. And, to be said, he is a physical player, man. He will run you over if he has to.
He is, but they were like, all right, we're going to stop Ezekiel Elliott. And that's what the game plan was. The game plan wasn't to stop Dak Prescott. That wasn't it. The game plan was to stop Ezekiel Elliott. The game plan wasn't that, which again, I'm glad they moved Dez around. But the game plan was never to stop Dak. It was to stop Ezekiel Elliott and to let the rookie beat us. To let the rookie quarterback beat us. And he almost did. They almost came back and they almost did one of the greatest comebacks in NFL history. Even though they shouldn't have been in that situation in the first place, they almost was able to pull it off.
Right.
And when they didn't, it was kind of like, yeah, all right. What are we gonna do now?
I mean, dude, I'm really just excited about next year, to be honest. I mean, because we've got a lot of talent. They just have to touch up on the defense, man.
Okay, so
side of the ball.
So if you're GM for the day, if Stephen Jones, because we know Stephen's basically running the football operations now. Stephen Jones says, Mignon, we want you to be in the draft room with us. What are you doing? What do you need?
I'm looking for safeties and corners. I'm all right at linebacker. I'm all right with the linebackers, but I'm looking for safeties and corners, though, man. Mm-hmm. And really, I'm also looking for. I'm also gonna look for maybe one or two receivers, maybe. One or two receivers.
You think the receiving core needs work?
I mean, it doesn't hurt to have a backup, man. It doesn't hurt to be able to mix things up. I'm talking about. I'm going in the draft room with Super Bowl on my mind. Right. Period. There's no other reason why I'm going in there. I'm going in there for Super Bowl purposes only. And, I'm definitely looking for safeties, like I said before, and corners, man. There's no doubt about it. Safeties and corners. We're going to put that into play. I'm talking about safeties that are ball hawks.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to come up with deals, maybe play some trades somewhere. And we're going to get some safeties in there, man. Because, to me, a safety, if a safety can't get an interception, bro, he don't really need to be out there, man.
Wow.
And I'm just being honest, man. Like, if you can't cover to the point where you're smothering people and you can grab an interception out of the sky, dude, you don't need to be out there.
You know, I say you don't need to be out there. Wow.
My corners, dude. If my corners can't catch a ball, that's a problem. I need corners that are receivers. I need corners that are ball hawks.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I need. I mean, that can flat out cover and recover, and then cover again. That's what I need. I don't need none of this. I don't need none of this. Oh, I tripped over my own feet. I forgot to look back. I grabbed this jersey. I held on to dear life.
Yeah, I kept seeing, dude. I kept seeing a lot of grabbing. I kept seeing a lot of bad positioning. I kept seeing a lot of not looking for the ball.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
You can't win like that, man. You have to go in every game with the mindset on defense. How can I take the ball away? I want an interception. I want a fumble. I want a fumble recovery for a touchdown. I want this. I want that. You got to be hungry. You got to be willing to take what you want with that. You know what I'm saying? Really do.
Right.
On defense, man, you got to be. You are the takers. That's what I'm saying. Your whole plan is to rip the heart out of the offense.
Wow.
They didn't have that mindset.
Wow.
They didn't have that mindset all year. Your mindset needs to be, I'm going to rip the heart out of the offensive line. I'm going to rip the heart out of the quarterback, the running back, by taking the ball away, giving it back to him, then taking it back again. The order of things. Kick the ball off to the other team, take the ball away, score a touchdown, kick the ball off again, then take it away, score another touchdown. That's the way it needs to be. It doesn't need to be, okay, I'm gonna let this offense do 14 plays. I'm gonna let this offense do 12 plays. I'm gonna let them manage the clock. I'm gonna let the quarterback pretend like he's on Madden right now.
Bro, they literally sat there. Aaron Rodgers, for the majority of the game, one was in the shotgun, which to me tells me that you do understand that the Cowboys do have a little bit of a pass rush because he stayed in the shotgun the majority of the game. That's number one. Number two, you know that they played not necessarily conservative, but they didn't give you time.
Right.
They didn't give the Cowboys time. They sat there in the third quarter, in the beginning of the third quarter, sat there and counted down until 3 seconds, and then they got a playoff.
Yeah, that's Dallas's fault. That's a lot of the first half play that I was talking about, man. When you go into those games, you have to go in strategically on offense. You have to go in with a game plan of, okay, we're going to manage the clock. We're going to do everything we can do to control the clock. Everything.
Mm-hmm.
My whole thing is, dude, it all goes back to this. We can talk about stats. We can talk about plays, how things should have went, and all that. How things should have went was Dallas shouldn't have been down 21-3.
No.
If you wanted to win that game, you wouldn't be down 21-3. So that's just the bottom line. That's it to me.
Right.
That's all. If you wanted to win, you lost the game when you were down 21-3. Because you've already showed me playoff loss already.
Right.
I didn't even care. If you won that game, you've already told me that you can be beat.
Well, at the very least, if they win that game, they're tired. You know, because you expend so much energy trying to come back. You know what I'm saying? That like I wasn't, bro. Like, to be honest, I wasn't surprised. Everybody was running around surprised that this was gonna happen. I wasn't surprised at all. I'm like, man, do y'all understand who you playing against?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, come on. Like, my man won a Super Bowl 5 years ago. You know, my man's been carving up the NFC North for years.
Yeah.
And you just assume that just because, and please forgive me for what I'm about to say, because, and I'm going to be branded a cowboy hater when I'm about to say, your birthright isn't a Super Bowl, which is the problem, which is why people like Stephen A. Smith get on the Cowboys and Cowboy fans, which is why me and some people that I know will get into arguments about you getting people that are not Cowboy fans and people that are Cowboy fans get into arguments. Like, everybody was just, oh, we gonna mop the floor with the Packers. Really? Were you paying attention at all this season? I know it was fun. I know everybody went 13-3. I know it was amazing to have a running game. I know it was amazing to have intelligent coaching, because, you know, Jason Garrett's been a moron since Romo's been under center for the last couple of years, letting him call plays, asking him to throw 50 times a game, asking him to do shootouts against Peyton Manning, you know what I'm saying, putting him in harm's way, putting Kidna in harm's way. Yeah, I've never seen Jason Garrett coach better in my life other than this season. Everybody just assumed that, you know, we just gonna walk in, they're just gonna walk in, you know, the stadium and just mollywop the Packers. And it's like, no. Number 12 is a problem.
Right.
Number 12 is a problem. And Don Capers is one of the most intelligent defensive minds ever. And you're just gonna, and they're hot. They won 6 in a row to get there. Me and you have had this discussion before, and I asked you for the past couple weeks. I'm like, Mignon, do you think that Aaron Rodgers with this hot streak, do you think he's gonna come up and have one of these crazy Eli years? My personal opinion, if they get to the Super Bowl, I wouldn't be surprised if they got to the bowl. But everybody in Dallas was like, yeah, we just gonna mollywop the Packers. Were you paying attention? Were you paying attention to the fact that the third string quarterback for the Browns got 300 yards of passing on y'all, and they got to him. He got tackled. They got to him, and he threw for 300 yards, almost 300 yards. Every quarter, Kirk Cousins looks like a damn world beater against y'all. Every game. You know why? Because and they got to him. They tackled him. So you got a world-beating, world Super Bowl winning quarterback, and they stopped your pass rush. The only part of the defense you have is a good pass rush, and they stopped you. They stopped that, and he just picked you apart. And he didn't even pick you apart going down the field. And everybody's shocked that this happened? You're shocked that this happened. See, this is why people don't like the fans and the media and everybody else. Because everybody just assume that, oh, we're just supposed to beat them. Were you not paying attention to the warts that you have on defense? Were you not paying? Dude, they shut Ezekiel Elliott down. And they're like, okay, Dak beat us. And for a while, they wasn't letting, which I understand, because that's not what they did for the most part of the season. But it was like, okay, can we have a little bit of imagination, a little bit offensively? So it's just like, I wasn't surprised at all. I thought the Cowboys were going to win, but I wasn't surprised it was going to be a close game. I told everybody it's going to be a close game.
Well, it's the play. I mean, it's the tournament, of course.
Right.
I never said the Cowboys going to blow them out.
No, we're not talking about. I'm not talking about you. I'm just talking about people in this city. I was hearing that from people, and I'm like, do y'all even watch the rest of the league?
Because I think that's a lot of that is just having faith in your squad, dude.
Bro, I understand having faith in your squad, but don't be stupid. Bro, I love the Bears. Love the Bears. Bleed blue and orange. Bleed it. Till I die, dude. I will always.
A lot of people aren't biased about their teams, though.
But dude, let me finish. The Bears are a bad football team. Cutler's bad. Cutler's been bad. Cutler was bad in Denver. And anybody that paid attention, and I don't want to go into a Cutler rant because we've heard it before on this channel. Anybody that thought Cutler was good when he came out of Denver, or anybody thought he didn't have those warts, were not paying attention because he had them. Okay? You don't have you let one of the greatest defensive minds go. The coaching staff is blah. This year they got a brand new GM. That's a developing team. We don't know what you have in quarterback, in Cuthead. The line is they got a patchwork offensive line. You know, they second best receiver, who was a second year player, is injured. There's a lot of issues there. And everybody in Chicago was mad that they went 3-13. And I was like, what were you expecting them to be? When they were healthy, they were good. You were only expecting them to win 5 games. And now they're not healthy, and they only won 3-13. What were you expecting them to be? What were you expecting them to be? And sometimes when I watch Cowboy games, I see stuff that's wrong. And sometimes I just want people to understand that, hey man, your birthright in this city is not a Super Bowl. Your birthright in this city is not a damn playoff thing, even when you know the team is bad and the Cowboys are good. But to sit up and say that you're just gonna go in there and Aaron Rodgers is just gonna be like, yeah, I'm just gonna lay down and die, when he's basically the hottest quarterback in the league right now, and you're just, oh, we're gonna mollywop him. Really? Your safeties suck. Your corners suck. All you have is a pass rush, and their offensive line is better than your defensive line, and you couldn't rush him. He's sitting up there having barbecues in the pocket. Come on, man. He's sitting there having barbecues in the pocket. They shut your pass rush down. And he's just, all right, we're just going to, bro, they running across the field. They got wide receivers running across the field, catching, running. Did you see that catch in the third quarter?
I did.
My man threw it up in the air. The guy basically ran across the field, caught it running, and then they hit him. Oh, by the way, wasn't nobody getting hit either. Wasn't nobody getting hit. Wasn't nobody getting tackled. Man, Aaron Rodgers, bro, the scramble that he got for the first down, they were playing contain and nobody closed in.
Right. Yeah.
What you think was gonna happen? So Aaron Rodgers can move around. Nobody was closing in. But your birthright is to win, is to go to the ball. When defensively y'all didn't even close in. This is your playoff life, and you just let him just run up the middle, and you let he went through 4 Cowboys untouched. Really? Come on, man. Stop. I just want Cowboy fans to stop. Because if you were not paying attention, the middle of the field is a problem. And you're very weak when it comes to 3 phases of the defense, and just like with the backup quarterback situation, for years and years, you refused to take care of that. And look what happened when somebody was like, okay, we found a backup quarterback just in case Romo gets hurt. And look what happened when you give a damn about your squad. When the ownership is like, okay, we found this kid, we think we can develop in something. Look what happens when you actually give a damn about building a team instead of just listening to the press and just hoping that you have enough talent to do anything. Or when you decide, hey man, we're going to get Matt Castle to save our season. All right, so we're moving on to the next set of games. Let's see. Moving on to the next set of games, man, or the next game. The Kansas City game, we're going to go the game right after that. Did you get a chance to check out the Kansas City game?
Yeah, I did. It was interesting. That was I know it was a lot of upset people that day.
Man.
What can you say?
Bro, what do you think of Alex Smith, dude, as a quarterback?
Honestly, I think Alex Smith, for some reason, man, I look at him and I think he's been blessed a lot. And the way that he plays just really, I don't know how to, because to me, he's not a pure quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
He's not a pure quarterback. So, I mean, and I'm not trying to down him or anything. I mean, he's talented, but I just think that I don't think he has that next level quarterback instinct. That's just my opinion.
I think he's a game manager that doesn't have the. I think he's just a game manager with a heck of a defense, but he doesn't have that second gear to have you win.
Right, exactly. I mean, he's not in order for you to win with Alex Smith, he has to be in control of the game. Everything has to go perfect, basically, in order for you to be victorious in the playoffs with him. Because he's not gonna. If it comes down to 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter, and y'all are battling it out, he's not really a gunslinger like that.
No.
He's not gonna put everything on the line and basically rally and get the win. He's not gonna do that. Because he's just not that kind of quarterback. Now, I will say this though, he's a heck of a regular season quarterback though.
I think that defense makes him better than what he actually is.
Oh, of course.
And I don't think because see, there are people that don't like Alex Smith, but I get it. But you're gonna have to, and that was an ugly game, and it was raining here. It was raining here. It was doing the tornado sirens here. So I listened to the game, but I didn't get a chance to watch the game. But it's like when you lose 18-16, like, bro, you gotta score.
Yeah, you have to. And I mean, and Kansas City is healthy. They were a healthy team.
Yeah.
So it just, to me, he's gonna make a good backup quarterback whenever his time ends as far as being a starting QB.
Yeah.
He'll make a heck of a backup quarterback, man. He really will. And I really do think his gameplay really is like a second string because he doesn't have a powerful arm.
No, not at all.
I mean, like if you look back at the times when he was playing with the 49ers, I mean, it wasn't because of his arm they were successful. Like, it was because he had an awesome line. He had Frank Gore that was chopping people up, and he could make, and he had the receivers that could come back to the ball,
right,
and save him, from some of those ducks he was throwing. It's just what it is. Wow. Vernon Davis saved him a lot.
Yeah, as the greatest check down player in that offense, yes.
Yes. Vernon Davis saved that man a lot. Saved his career, I think.
He's like, Vernon, help! I can't throw very deep.
Help me, please.
I can't throw deep at all. I like Alex Smith. I just, I'm starting to. I keep hearing how the criticisms of him, and I'm starting to understand. Like, okay, they gotta have, like, some of the best defenses in the league are not here now.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. It just, like, I listened to that game and I saw the score and I was like, really?
Yeah.
And I know it was raining, but still.
Odd numbers, huh?
Mm-hmm.
That's the best way to put it. Odd numbers.
Hey, man, check this out.
What you got?
Okay. Atlanta and Seattle. I was not expecting that, man.
You know what? I was.
Really?
Yes, I was. I was actually sitting in the living room and I was doing some reading and Tiff was like, "Wow, this will be an interesting game." And I said, "Yeah, but watch. It's not gonna be what people think, because Seattle, as quiet as it kept, man. Seattle, they overcompensate for a lot."
Explain.
Okay. Well, think about it. Look at everybody took Richard Sherman as a corner. I don't do that. He can play, but to a point he's overrated to me. Them rookie receivers ate him up. They ate him up. Really? Chopped him up.
Yeah.
Chopped him up, dude. Like he wasn't even there. I mean, slipping by him. Dude, you watched it?
Yeah, it was bad, man.
They were throwing. Atlanta was throwing balls downfield left and right, and then Atlanta's running game, dude. They have some depth back there, man.
Yeah, they do.
And they can pull their running backs out as receivers. They had them going everywhere, man. So it's kind of like, Seattle, you're not that good. You're really not. You're good enough to make the playoffs, but you're not good enough to finish the deal at this point.
It's evident that they don't have a running game.
Exactly.
A stable.
After Marshawn Lynch, it's done.
Like, the running back by committee thing, you got to figure something out, because that ain't working.
Yeah. I mean, it's done. Like, it's time to rebuild your squad a little bit. Defensively, overrated. Their defense is overrated, man. I mean, obviously.
Dude, I wouldn't put that. Wow, you said overrated, bro? Really?
Yeah, man. I mean, okay.
I wouldn't put them as overrated, though.
The reason I say that, they were over. Okay, I'll say this: they were overrated in this series.
Well, I think everybody was sleeping on Atlanta. That's what I think happened. I think everybody really wasn't paying attention about how good Atlanta was.
You know what? It was funny, man. I was having a conversation with Francois, That's my uncle, folks. I was having a conversation with him a few weeks ago, and actually about a month ago, and we were talking about it, and that was when everybody, people were talking about the Raiders. I was thinking about the Raiders as well. Unfortunately, they lost Derek Carr.
Yes.
We're sitting there talking, and my uncle made a comment, and he said, everybody's worried about, the Raiders, Green Bay and all that, but you really need to be worried about Atlanta. And he said that, it clicked with me, and I was like, you know what, he's got a point.
Yeah.
Because of the simple fact that Atlanta, for the last couple of years, man, if you think about it, Atlanta's offense hasn't been bad, man. And quite as it kept, that defense isn't terrible.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's kind of like when they played Seattle, I was like, yeah, this is not going to work for Seattle. Because the reason I say that is because Ryan at quarterback is a problem, dude. He's a problem.
Which I wasn't expecting at all.
No, but see, a lot of people don't give him credit. That arm he has? Dude.
No, the arm was always there. It was just the rest of them to catch up to the arm.
Man, boy, I'm trying to tell you. And people forget, he's got legitimate receivers.
Yeah, he does.
He's got legit receivers that will tear you up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you couldn't go to sleep on them, man. You can't. It's no way. They're there for a reason. And I really do believe that this week's game with Green Bay and Atlanta, Ryan is going to chop them up, dude.
Really?
I'm
waiting for that game, by the way.
And you know what, man? And the reason I say that, and once again, folks, I'm not saying it because we lost to the Cowboys, but I'm saying it is because Atlanta's offense, dude, I just don't feel like if it comes to a gunslinging show between Ryan and help me out, Chris. I'm drawing a blank.
Ryan and Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers. If it comes to a gunslinging show,
well, I mean, definitely Atlanta has more weapons. Like Jordy Nelson is gonna be out again with a collapsed lung. You know what I'm saying? Like you like there's his weapons are not gonna be there. But it's with the Cowboys, it seems to not matter. But see, you're gonna have to beat Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Now,
which I really do believe that Atlanta can do that, though. I believe Atlanta can do that because I think Atlanta has that want-to, man, and they got that chip on their shoulder already. See, Green Bay really doesn't have. They don't really need to have a chip on their shoulder. What chip do they need? Atlanta has a chip on their shoulder. Right. You see what I'm saying? I just feel like, Atlanta's gonna be that. It's probably gonna be that squad, man, that impresses a lot of people. I think next year you have a point. I think this year Aaron Rodgers is gonna is doing his best Eli Manning impression, and you're gonna get 2 Super Bowls from him. You think Green Bay is gonna?
Yeah.
Wait, you think Green Bay is gonna? So you think Green Bay is gonna beat the Patriots?
I didn't say that because.
Boy, you see how? Hey guys, you see how that? He said no.
No.
That's Brady, and that's Brady.
That's
Brady, man.
That's Brady, and he's angry. You know what I mean? Like that's Brady, and he's angry. Yeah. I'm not going up against. I'm not betting against Brady, and I'm not a Patriots fan like that. And I hope I'm wrong because see, I hate the Packers in a fun way. Like, if I'm a Bears fan, fuck the Packers. But I like Aaron Rodgers. I respect Aaron Rodgers. I think the fact we gonna win the table, and this dude won the table. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I respect that. So to me, and then for him to beat the Giants, beat the Cowboys, like I have no doubt in my mind that he has the ability to beat Atlanta.
Well, I mean, I agree. I mean, he's definitely has the skill set to do it. I mean, he has won a Super Bowl before. I just feel like Atlanta is going to be a problem to stop.
Yes.
Because if you think about it, if you really think about it, if you go back to the Cowboy game, look how Green Bay's defensive line was worn down by Dallas running on them towards the end. Think about that. Now you think about Atlanta, who is fully healthy, who has a chip on their shoulder, that can run the ball. No, it don't matter who's running it, it don't matter who's running it or who's catching it.
Right.
You know, you look at that and it's like, man. And then their playbook. I looked at Atlanta's playbook and I was like, ooh wee boy. Bro. Matt Ryan's checkdowns are insane. I've never seen a quarterback drop down from I formation. No, not even that. A shotgun into an I formation into a 2-back set, all from one check down.
Wait, this happened in Atlanta?
Yeah, in his playbook, they've got a play called what's his name? Aaron Rodgers, not Aaron Rodgers, but Matt Ryan. They interviewed him, and he said, "Yeah, there's a play that we use," and the guy was like, "No, don't say it out loud." Like, it's like, "Oh, it's okay. We name our plays all the time. We rename everything."
Wow,
but
are you serious?
We have a play called a check down call. He said when we call it, it confuses people. It's called the play is called Z. Let me see how they say it. It's Z out. Chase my dick out on 3.
What?
Chase my dick out on 3. Yep.
Are you serious?
Yeah, man. And pardon the language, guys. Pardon the language, but that's what they named it as. I was just like, wait, what?
That's crazy. What?
Yeah, man. I heard that. I said, wait, how do you check that down though? And they were saying like what he does is he'll like put his hands near his crotch, and that's what that signal is. He'll like put his hands near his crotch and shake it like he's and everybody knows what it is, and they kind of laugh about it.
Wow, that's crazy, man.
But the play gets people though.
Every time.
Every time, man.
Wow.
Every time, man.
Wow. That's crazy, yo.
Yeah, so pardon my language, folks.
Yes, please, because
maybe I should have spelled it out.
No. That was good enough.
Yeah.
Okay, so Houston and New England. Well, it was a valid effort.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it was a valid effort, man. But boy, Houston, man, they didn't know, bro. They didn't know,
Mignon. They didn't know.
Man. They didn't know. I knew, you know. We all knew, but we just didn't want to just flat out crush their dreams like that, you know.
It's like baby brother letting little brother win, or big brother letting little brother win.
Yeah, it's like first quarter. Yeah, we'll let you play. Go ahead. We know how it is. You want to feel big and tall. Oh gosh. Okay. Now I'm done playing with you. Now it's time to put you back in the cage.
Wow.
Let's do this.
Wow.
Yeah, man. Houston has a long way to go, though, man.
They need a quarterback. Osweiler's a bum.
I feel so bad for Osweiler, man.
Why do you feel bad for him?
$72 million, bro.
Yeah, and 32 of that shit is guaranteed. That's why they gonna make a play for Romo. Osweiler's done.
Yeah, I mean, I felt so bad for. I feel so bad for him because it's like, dude, you should have just. I don't know. You should have accepted a backup role somewhere, but. I mean, I understand.
I mean, he has all the measurables, man, for somebody to be like, we can unlock him. But then you realize that, you know what I'm saying, that dude, they took the ball out of his hands, bro, and they still lost. They were comfortable for a while that game, but to JV Clowney and Merciless, dude. What's his name?
I forgot the gentleman's name. I totally forgot his name.
I think it was right. I think it was right. But yeah, man, like Osweiler's not good.
No. He's just one of those kind of one of those kind of quarterbacks that just, I don't know. He's one of those kind of quarterbacks that just are meant to be backups, dude. He'd make a great backup quarterback.
Yeah,
you know who would make a good backup quarterback?
Who?
Joe Flacco.
From the Baltimore QB?
Yep.
Why?
Dude, when was the last time he played? Like, when was the last time he performed wonderful?
Wow, dude, you're
like, I'm serious. Like, really, with his dude. I mean, he has not performed well for the Ravens in a long time, man.
But he has a bowl. Doesn't he have a Super Bowl championship?
Yeah, he sure does. But that was the last game he played in where he was legit.
He was relevant.
Yeah.
Bro, the Baltimore Ravens have 2 Super Bowl rings, bro.
Yep, they do. They do. They have 2 of them. And congratulations. But your quarterback fell off.
Wow.
It's what it is, man. I mean, what has he done for them lately? Like, he's been in when did Ray Lewis retire?
Man, I don't even know. I know they won that first championship in 2001.
Yeah, exactly. They won the first, but that wasn't under Flacco.
Yeah. That was under Trent Dilfer. His last year, that was just good enough to get that gig, and wow, Trent Dilfer was playing.
Exactly. And then Flacco came, and then he won 1 Super Bowl, and then said, "Oh well, that's good enough." 1 championship. I'm the highest paid quarterback now. I make 100. At that point, he was making like $102 million.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, he's like, I'm the highest paid quarterback. So I don't really need to show up no more. I'm just gonna play good enough to keep my job.
Wow.
I'm gonna play good enough to keep my lights on.
Wow.
And keep my woman happy. That's it.
Okay. Did we hit them all? We talked about the Cowboys extensively. We talked about the Seahawks and the Packers. The Seahawks and the Falcons. So that's the two on the north side, on the NFC north side.
And we hit them all, dude.
We hit them all. Okay, divisional. Who you got?
Oh man, for the bowl. I'll say Patriots. And oh my goodness, dude. I'll say, man, I'll go against the grain. I'll say Patriots in Atlanta.
See, I think Green Bay is gonna win that game. I think Green Bay is gonna shock the world again, and it'll be the Patriots and Green Bay.
You think so?
Yeah. I think it'll be the Patriots and Green Bay, dude. I think Aaron Rodgers is doing that Eli thing like Eli had a couple years ago.
Yeah.
I think that's what's going on here. And I'm telling you, like, if you're in Vegas, bet on them winning the ball.
Bet on them winning the ball. Huh?
Yep. Bet on them winning the ball.
I'm just going against the grain because there's some issues that factor in on my decision on who's gonna win. I don't think Green Bay's healthy enough. And hey, if they are healthy enough, and they get past Atlanta, and they get to the bowl, then I'm there. I'm right there with you. But I think that things are gonna. End up being a close game. But I think Atlanta's gonna have that last minute juice to finish it.
Yeah, man.
Because if you think about it, look how Green Bay's won these last two games. But they had to beat the Giants.
Yeah.
Think about what happened with that. How did Aaron Rodgers win that game?
Against the Giants?
Yeah. Last minute Hail Mary, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Look how that game was played, and then you look at how Atlanta handled their entire season.
Wait, say that again?
Look at how Atlanta handled their season as a team versus the way Green Bay has handled theirs as a team. And my thing is, Green Bay had kind of the same issues that the Cowboys did. They weren't towards the end. They're squeaking by, and that's what worried me about the Cowboys, is that they were squeaking by, and I believe Green Bay squeaking by, and squeaking by is sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. But I just don't think Atlanta is going to purposely try to squeak by. I think Atlanta's going to try to fill it up.
Right.
They're going to try to fill it up.
It goes into, are you going to be able to beat Aaron Rodgers?
Yes. And I guarantee you that Atlanta's receivers are going to be ready.
Mm-hmm.
Because those corners that they have, I'm not putting bad vibes around Dez, because Dez was chopping them up.
Mm-hmm.
Now you look at Atlanta's receivers, fast, tall, extremely fast though.
Mm-hmm.
Faster than Dez.
He said fast has been dead.
Yeah, faster than Dez. Now you think about that. That's gonna be a problem, man. If it comes down to just trying to battle each other through the air, man. All I can say is Green Bay's receiving core, they got to step up, man.
Yeah.
Cobb's got to come with it. They're going to have to be ready. And Green Bay's defense is going to have to be ready.
It'd be funny. It'd be funny if we're doing all this hyperbole, and then it just ends up being some random encounter.
Oh man, that'd be crazy. That'd be nuts.
It's just like, I don't know, right, man. Like I think I think the Steelers are gonna, because it's the Steelers and the Patriots. I think that's gonna be a fun game to watch, but I think it's gonna be the Patriots, and I have fully belief that Green Bay can pull another one out they behind.
Right.
I truly believe that, and then then we'll do the Super Bowl next weekend.
That's it. Let's do it.
Hey man, is there anything else you wanted to talk about before we close?
No, man. Just some off the record stuff.
Okay, off the record. So that means we're gonna have another conversation after I press the button.
Correct.
Yeah.
Fans, the Rant fans, love. I just want to say, love you. Thank you for tuning in to the Rant, keeping us up, and keeping up with pushing Wild Black for real.
Hey man, it's been fun. Me and my buddy Anthony Joslin from the Push 101 YouTube channel, he had a very quick NBA thought. I was on it. I was on that video. Check it out. And from Mignon Garrett of the Rant Sport and Fitness, I'm Christian Dean, and I'm pushing Wild Black, and this is PWB Sports. Later. See y'all next week.
Peace.